All right, everybody. It is Sunday, June 17, 2012. It's Father's Day. Welcome to this week's TalonCast. This week's special guest is Corps Officer, Corps Officer, MDO, and Clan Warlord, Tech Sarge. Tech, are you there?
Sam, how you doing, fellas?
Welcome, welcome. We had a change in the format for this week. We were supposed to have the NCO officers from Battlefield 3. However, they couldn't make it. Now, we couldn't get enough of them together, so we did an impromptu show this week with Tech Sarge. So we'll start it off from this perspective. I'd like Tech, why don't you introduce yourself to the clan for those that, if they possibly don't know who you are. Tell us how you got started in TLN and how you rose to such a prestigious position.
Prestigious, huh? Oh well, I started in I think in December 2010 playing Mag. Went solo for a while, and then excuse me, and then found uh, TLN through the forums, and what it said on their website said something to me, so I applied. Um, well, from there, obviously every Saturday clan nights I was there, and just being me, I guess that was enough to go and become a corps officer.
How did you get into the role of being MDO? How did you get into that?
That that's kind of funny because uh, I think I kind of like rolled into that position basically after
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You were an assistant to Arcanite, our original MDO after Goddess. So is that correct? As memory serves me right?
uh, I think Goddess was Arcanite's assistant, and as Arcanite left and Goddess became the MDO, basically, I started as her assistant and basically doing more of the clan battles than the member development things. Uh, Over time, that I think that developed into a little bit more than just working on clan battles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny how it is. I always considered you and Goddess on the same level as far as MDO status, and now you're assistant with Dex 1029. It's an interesting job, and I think in the clan, and you guys are doing a great job. I really, have to commend you all for working so hard on it.
Thank you.
What a lot of people don't know that or might not know about Tech Sarge is Tech is also our clan warlord, and what we mean by that's really my term. Nobody gave him that title except for me, because Tech is the one that researches our clan battles and scrimmages and so on with other groups, and goes to the extra effort of contacting the leaders of those groups to set up and schedule our matches. Um, did you want to talk about a little bit about how you go about doing that, Tech? Maybe we can give the members some insight, and maybe they can help us with it.
Yeah, sure. Well, basically, I am a member. If you look at my profile, I am a member of two other platoons. These platoons are solely only to um, get these clan battles ready. So you post on there that you want a clan battle, or you post to one of the people that is a member of that platoon, and then you can actually go to their battle log page and look up their stats, look up their player stats, which is very important because an overall uh, KD ratio or win loss ratio doesn't tell you anything, well, unless it's really high, obviously. Um, but you have to look at several members as well. Um, Basically, this is how we do it. We check out KD ratios, we check out their win loss ratio, we check out what guns they like to use and all that kind of stuff. And if we think that it is something that we have a chance against, then I'll set it up. That's basically it. Definitely no clans that are with ridiculous KDs and win-loss ratios. That is just
Well, are there any options to do tournaments for clans on our level?
yeah, I think so. I think there are a lot of options that we have not yet looked into very well. Tournaments is one of them. There is tournament for beginner, casual, even pro game clans. You can, I think, Battlefield and Dice themselves have
Well,
been set
that's
up.
really where I want to take us down the road, is to a point where we can be competitive enough to uh, partake and get ourselves involved in more of the community level scrimmages and tournaments. I've been looking that up and researching it myself recently, and it seems like an interesting thing to do to be more competitive. Um, I mean, obviously there's some steps that we'll have to take to get us to that level, and one of those things that'll get us to that level is really practices and becoming a little bit more organized. I like to remind everybody in the clan that right now there is a practice vote going on the website. This is to select one or more additional practice days for the clan to meet on Battlefield 3 and work together on a group on tactics and strategies together as a team. Now, I'll stress this. I've said this before, I'll say it again. We have a lot of smart guys in our clan. CFD posted on our TalonCast from June 2nd, I think, or June 3rd, I think that was, a website link to allow you guys to create strategies on all the Battlefield 3 maps. If you want to go ahead and do that, go ahead and do it. Submit it, and then we can work on those during practice sessions. Now, what I want to do is in addition to adding an additional practice day, I want to remind everybody that our current practice day is scheduled for each Wednesday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and running until 9 p.m. What we're going to do is we're going to set up to try and give everybody a chance to get involved in this and to participate in practices, is set up practice sessions. So, for instance, Tech Sarge here is usually on Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern till about 3 p.m. Eastern, and there are several other NCO officers that are on during that time, SS Agent and Oscar Mike, and some pretty consistent players that are really good to group up with, like D.E. Reuter. So there's a lot of guys out there. You also have Alex Luz and Fast Cartillery. These guys are around, and these are the ones you should be looking to group up with as much as possible. But back to what I'm saying as far as practices go, listen, if we're going to hit a competitive level, I mean, if we want to take, I'm not saying that we're going to become a military organization where if you don't show up, you're going to spend a week in the stockade. But what I am saying is I want to get us a little bit more organized so we can get even more fun out of this game that is really good. And in order to do that, we need to be more organized. We need to work on team tactics. We've all had our asses kicked by clans that are organized and know how to play the game. I think even if you have guys with a moderate or a low KDR, you can still be successful if you guys work as a team. And how do you work as a team? You got to have practice. So what we're looking to do is to get more of you involved in that. That's more of the TLM members in Battlefield 3 involved in that, so that we can go to Tech and say, yeah, look, Tech, we can go take on a clan with a win-loss ratio of 2.0, even though ours is 1.8, or 1.18, something along those lines. We can step up and see how we do against clans like that. And moreover, we can get into some of these tournaments and which will in turn get our name out and get us a little more prestige, which is always nice. What do you think about all that, Tech?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think the link that CFD posts is very important. You can download your maps, if I'm not mistaken, from that page. they're overhead maps. You can devise your own strategies, tactics, or whatever. And please post them on the website. It's very important we use this website to get that information in one central place and then use it during those practices. We have to use your ideas in practice. I mean, we can come up with all the shit, but I mean, it doesn't mean that it's gonna work. So your ideas are as valuable as mine, basically. Please post that on the website.
Well, I mean, I think what we have here is we have some really good guys out here, really good, strong players, and we can be competitive, a lot more competitive than I think we are now. I mean, we're a strong clan as it is now, but I think we could be a lot better and a lot, more competitive than we are now. And as far as this goes, I mean, you guys, if you submit a strategy or you take the time to do this, you're going to get credit. It's going to be posted on the website. It's going to be spoken about here on the weekly TalonCast. We're going to talk about that. Now, when I'm talking about practices and different sessions, if we can set up session time, say, I'm just throwing this out right now, we have nothing set up yet. But let's say we do a practice session on Wednesdays between 12 and 3, then 6 to 10 at night Eastern Time. And then Dank comes on at 10 o'clock, and then he runs it from 10 o'clock till 2 in the morning Eastern Time for the West Coast guys. And we're all working on the same strategy that one of you guys, one of our members, came up with. And we all practice it as a team throughout the course of that day. And then the clan battle on that weekend, where we employ those tactics that we practiced. That is cool. I mean, if we can get to that level, guys, we will all be having a ton more fun. At least that's where I'd like to get us.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think also the addition of the sessions, what it adds is you get different sets of people doing one strategy. Everybody will put in their ideas about that strategy, what can be improved, what might be something that you need to change, or a fail safe for if the strategy doesn't work because the other team is uh, uh, knows what you're doing, or it makes us better as a whole. So yeah,
Oh,
I think
I agree.
it's a great idea to have sessions. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and also in turn on that, we'll set it up and we'll post information on the website about who's running what session, so you'll know which CO officer or NCO officer you should be looking to group up with during these sessions. They will have the information. They'll know because we discuss these stuff in our private chat rooms during the course of the week. Now, new information is put out onto the website almost daily. You guys on your end need to start responding and becoming more involved. I remind everybody that our website is accessible by PC, obviously, but is also accessible by smartphone and PS3. It is compatible with all. We're also on Twitter and Facebook as well. So don't forget you have these options. And what we would like to see more of the members doing is posting their thoughts and their comments about what you're reading. If you like what you're reading, or you see what it is, you see something there that was information that you didn't know, tell us. Post about it. Tell us how much it helped you. Tell us things that you found out, or maybe ideas and suggestions on different things that you think will help the clan. If you guys help your other members and they get better, well, now you got a guy that's better standing next to you in the battle. And doesn't that help us all? I mean, you guys need to try and think about this on a bigger level beyond yourself playing. One of the first things I want to talk about with reference to Battlefield 3 this week is setting up the squads. Like, let me just remind everybody here. The NCOs in TLN are there to help you guys. You should be looking for them for guidance and suggestion. NCOs, I know you're listening to this TalonCast also, you guys need to step up and be the leaders. And how do you do that? Let's start with the first thing. It's setting up your squads with the correct member personnel in the correct loadouts. Now, everybody wants to roll with their own loadout. They want to be engineer, or they want to be, support, or they want to be recon. That's fine. If you have a situation like that, it is okay to jump squads. For instance, if you are working on a support loadout and there's a guy that's all he does is run support, well, maybe it might be better that you jump to another squad. It's still within the TLN family, so it really doesn't matter. But, your squad should be set up accordingly depending on the battle situation. Listen, I'm not seeing a lot of medics out there. I mean, I don't know. It seems that the roles that people play changes so often that you need to watch what's in your squad. If you see that there's two guys running support and you're one of them, well, maybe you might want to, on your next spawn, is to spawn as a medic. In addition to that, when you're in certain game modes, it's also smart as a medic not to just be running around with the defibrillators, but to also have the med pack, especially in rush or objective based games. That includes on the new map, Conquest Assault. So having one guy with a med pack and a defib, and one guy with a defibrillator and a noob tube is a good thing to have. Now, there are plenty of recon guys running around out here, but I'm not seeing a lot of guys throwing down their spawn beacons as much as they should. And if they are putting them in poor spawn locations. You need to think about where you're placing your spawn beacon and make sure that it is going to grant a spawn that is not going to get your fellow teammate knifed in the back. So I'd like everybody to think a little bit hard about where you're putting those down. Also, if you're running recon, you got to run some other gadget that tags enemies or vehicles. If you're running recon and you're sniping and you don't have a SOFLAM up on a map that has vehicles, you are doing a disservice to your team. Now, in turn, people, when you hear somebody call out, oh, I have a SOFLAM, everybody else on a vehicle map should be thinking, oh, good, we have a SOFLAM guy and he's using it. I should be looking to get my Javelin out. You need to start thinking ahead, guys. If we're going to work together as a team and expand out on our abilities in Battlefield 3 as the game continues to grow, we have to grow as a clan and a platoon. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Tech, do you have anything to add on those points?
No, you're absolutely right. I think we definitely need to keep growing as the game grows. I mean, in a while, Armored Kill's coming out, and what you just said about the recon makes perfect sense. I mean, SOFLAM, the first thing when somebody says, I have a SOFLAM, you gotta think Javelin. Not even hesitate or whatever. First thought should be Javelin. And with Armored Kill coming out and more vehicles coming into this game, we need to um, stay ahead of the game, basically. So yeah, I agree fully with you.
Also on that, with reference to javelins, but I also like to let everybody know that the stingers have been fixed. However, you have to be in close proximity to the flying vehicle for it to lock on. If you do get a lock on, there's a good chance you're gonna take down the vehicle, unless he has some sort of repair. So don't be afraid to use stingers. I think a lot of people stopped using them for a while, but they are returned to their pre-patch strength. But they've shortened the lock-on distance, I think. But moving on now, back to our prior topic discussion with reference to practices. Listen, we posted a vote to select the second practice day during the week. This was posted earlier this week, and what's my problem right now is that only 20 people have voted on it. This is pathetic. Guys, that's what the website is for. It is so you guys can have some input in what we do as a team. TLN is a different clan than any other clan that you may have seen or been in before. You, as a member, have a voice. You can speak and help us decide the path of our clan and what we do as a group. But if you don't vote, we don't know. We don't hear you. You don't always have to post to the website every day, although I'd love to see more people post. These votes are important. We selected an NCO officer based on 26 votes out of 150 members. That is horrible, guys. Now, you guys want us to grow and you want to be part of something bigger than just your own game time and be a strong member of our clan, you need to participate. Now, that vote on the clan days, practice days for Battlefield 3 is going to run for one more week. It's going to close on June 24th, at which time the second BF3 TLN Clan Day will be established. We will work on time frames and sessions as we discussed earlier, and we'll post that information on the website. Now, moving on to some other topics. Tech, is there anything else you want to discuss from a member level or a clan battle level on Battlefield 3?
Yeah, I have something on clan battles. When we post up a clan battle, you guys have to basically people have to be more on the website. If you don't know there's a clan battle going on, you can't book your seat. I've seen too many event posts that have half the bookings or maybe 4 or 5 people that are in there. We need to be aware that these clan battles are not there for nothing. I mean, we practice for a reason. We want to do that we want to apply that in the clan battle. So please, uh, you need to be more on the website and look at the clan battles and book your seats, and don't just show up on clan day and say expect to get in. I mean, there is a reason why we book the seats.
Well, that's an important point, Tech, as we are going to be doing some close quarters events, probably this coming week, as it now opens up. The DLC for close quarters opens up to everyone this week. We're going to run a close quarters map event, and there's only a certain number of seats. You got 8 seats in the room. If you don't book your spot, there's no guarantee that you're going to get in, and that's really not fair to those that do. So, I mean, it's going to come down to a point, guys, where we need people to book into practices, and when we set up the schedule on the calendar, you'll see you book yourself in. You could book for you, and then make a comment that you're looking forward to it and what you want to work on yourself, and so on and so forth. But more importantly, the booking is going to become more important as we continue to grow and expand, as the spaces for service spots are going to become more and more limited. Now, how do you book yourself? Well, when you go into the event calendar, which, by the way, is accessed off the website, at the top of the page, under community. When you go under community, there's a tab at the bottom that says events. When you highlight your cursor over the events, a calendar will open up, or you can go to categories. If you open up the calendar, a large calendar is going to open up that's color coded. Now, that calendar is color coded, and when you highlight your pointer over any one of the events that are posted there, you get the entire posting for that event. If you click on the event, it'll take you into the original post, and you'll see booking, the option to book at the bottom of the posting. And then you can comment below that. This is the way to do it. So if you're not doing it now, you should be doing it. And I get emails, and the other member development offices get emails that confirmed your booked spot. We have the list. Now, in order to get some more organization as we grow here, we are going to require this. You're going to be required to show up for a practice day to participate in a clan battle. You're going to need to book yourself for those practice sessions, and you're going to need to book yourself for the clan battle. This way, a guy that put in the time and the effort to be part of TLN's team gets priority. Those who are a little less casual, well, we'll still have a second server. You'll always be able to group with TLN, but you won't be able to participate in the more prestigious events, which is what it's about. So that's where we're going, guys. So you need to get more involved and post once in a while, and make sure that you follow these. These are very simple things. It literally takes just a minute or two to book yourself to an event or to make a post about an event. So, Tech, is there anything else you want to cover on the Battlefield 3 side?
No, not now.
Alrighty, we're going to move on now to different topics. You guys keep listening and checking the website for new information. Uh, Now, I'd like to let everybody know the Starhawk branch is still running, and we're also running our recruitment drive there as well for those members that are in Starhawk. So get out there, recruit on the forums and in game, and let's continue to grow TLN and Starhawk. With reference to Dust 514, there's really not much new information to say. They have not come out with the new beta build. We've been waiting patiently for it. It has not come out yet. It hasn't dropped. But the beta keys are flowing. There are 3 or 4 different ways to obtain a beta key. I know and have read many posts on chat rooms I'm in Facebook where people have gotten 2, 3, or even 4 beta keys and they're handing them out like candy. So if you're not in the Dust beta, you can get in. You just need to take a few minutes and follow and do whatever they ask. Now, I understand that you can get in also by going into the Dust home space. That's on PlayStation Home, and you can enter into the Dust home space, and I believe there's some sort of assignment that you have to complete. There's some sort of assignment that you have to do that can bring you into an area and allow you to get a beta key.
User was moved to your channel.
So, with reference to Dustin, if you want to get a beta key, you can get it. Also, I would direct people to the Dust section of our website, and under the groups and forums section, I have posted links that will allow you to apply for a beta key. And all you need to do is put in your email address. And if you have more than one email, I would suggest putting all your emails in there, and maybe you'll get lucky and get a beta key. We are also looking to recruit out for people that are in Eve that would want to join up with us in Dust as we continue to prepare for Dust to drop, hopefully by the end of the summer. Tech, do you have any information about Dust you'd like to share? I guess.
Well, I've played some of the beta lately, and it seems to me like it's very much like Eve. For all of you that haven't played Eve, it's an MMO in space. You're basically a pilot, and it takes a lot of training and in-game money to do stuff. And Dust looks a bit like the same. It's gonna take a long time to train your skills. You're gonna need money. You're gonna have to fight to get money. Uh, I think it's gonna be a pretty good game. I don't know what to tell you right now. I've just played a couple of times, so.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think that people that use real money to purchase Aurum are going to have an advantage over people that don't?
The people that use money to get their skills, they can have an advantage on you. It depends. I mean, if the only thing you're doing is training your skills by putting in your own real money and getting gear and getting better, that's all fine, but you need to play the game. So they can have an advantage if they also um, use how do you say that? Train their skills smart. Basically, when you get into that game, you're gonna have to know what you're gonna do. If you don't know what you're gonna do, then you're gonna be all over the place, and you're gonna get your ass kicked, and your money's gonna disappear quickly. So the people that put in their own money, yeah, well, maybe they will have an advantage. I don't really know right now. I mean,
Well, I've seen a big difference between players that have advanced their skills and noobs. I played it around the other day, and I actually recognized some of the names of the people I was killing, and I was just murdering people left and right, and it was kind of pathetic. And and that's because I've enhanced my assault skills, my weapon and my skills together, uh, which made me so much better than these people that had not. And I mean, it wasn't that I'm any better. I'm, just, an old guy and a noob at myself at the game. So, I mean, I know it wasn't me being any better. It was just that the weapon I'm using is kick ass. It's just the way it is. I think that you're right in the sense that you're going to really need to know what specialty you want to do and what it's called. It's not going to be like engineer and recon. It's going to be some other friggin' bullshit name, and you're going to need to figure out what it is because everything is based on this sci-fi universe of Eve. So there are different titles for different things. So, with that in mind, I think that it's going to be a big game, but the learning curve on this game is going to be enormous. And I'm not just talking about shooting the weapon. I'm talking about, knowing what fittings work and so on and so forth with which loadout and which drop shoot suit combination should you have the most of, and buying the right amount of this item over that item. There's a lot to learn. All right, well, we were about to wrap it up, but we had a guest just pop in at the last minute. SS Agent, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
All right, Agent. Well, since this is your first TalonCast, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody and tell them who you are, how you came into TLN, and how did you rise to NCO status?
Well, in case you don't know, I am an NCO in BF3 and Starhawk. I've been with TLN for about a year and a half. Ratchet brought me into the clan. But other than that, I've just been gaming with TLN for a while, and I mean, I became an NCO by I think being vocal, which I don't know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but the thing is like when you do that, it lets you know that you want to be part of something good, and that once you know and let people know that you have an opinion, I think you're considered seriously.
Well, that sets us apart from most people is that everybody's opinion matters here.
Yep.
What is your role as an NCO? What do you do in game to help people along?
Well, as an NPO, I help group up people. Some sometimes I help train a couple new recruits in the ways of TLN, and sometimes the game, various roles really. And then manage a squad in clan battles or help people get oriented with the clan so that way they can, get off on the ground running.
Well, yeah, we thank you for those efforts. Is there anything that, one thing that if you wanted to give a member advice on, becoming a stronger TLM member, what would you tell them to do?
Follow orders, ask questions, and enjoy just being part of something organized, because that's really what it is. And at one point or another, there will be like a tough time between you and somebody else or not, but just know that it's a privilege to have just a bunch of fun guys to play with. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think that's the core of our clan really is that, you have some people that that who they are, they respect you, you respect them, and everybody respects their game time together, which, is tough. It's when you think about today's day and age, your time is the most valuable commodity you have, and when you spend your time with a good group of people, it makes it the whole experience a lot better. At least that's my thinking.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's just, I mean, at one point I was just playing by myself, had a couple friends, but it really wasn't very exciting. But I mean, when you get a group of people that you can have a laugh with, but also be serious with, it adds a whole nother element of people to your gaming, which is ultimately a very good thing to have.
Yeah, well, in Battlefield especially, it's always better to run with the clan member than a random. At
Fuck
least
yeah.
that's just my thinking. Uh, Tech, what do you think about all that?
I think you hit the nail right. I think you hit the nail right on the top. Yeah, that was very good.
I agree totally. Well, listen, we were kind of wrapping it up here. Is there anything else you want to say, Agent?
Um, I'm trying to think because it's been a wild Father's Day so far. Oh, by the way, happy Father's Day, everyone. I know I'm here with a father, but to every other father, happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
Um, as far as gaming goes, I'm a very good gamer rather than somebody who, like just is good at one game. I enjoy playing video games as a pastime because also with TLN is that it's very fun to do is with the same kind of people, But for Battlefield, I mean, just really just play the objective. Um, Honestly, sometimes a lot of people get stuck up in the moment, but you just gotta know, go around. That usually works. But other than that, not much.
Okay. Tech, you have any finishing points?
My thing has always been just have fun. I mean, video games is all about fun, so that's the only thing I can add as the last thing. Have fun and enjoy your gaming.
All right, thank you very much, Tech. Going on now, guys. For next week, I'm trying to have I'm a hard time coming up with a theme for next week. I would like some more of the NCOs to be available. I'd like to see 420, who's now a little under the weather this week, Fast Artillery, Dank, and some of the other NCOs come by and COs come by, and maybe we'll have just a group chat. The week after that, I'm going to pick a member at random out of the clan roles to come join me for a member discussion. What I'd like everybody to do for this coming week is underneath this TalonCast, once it's posted, please post some questions that you'd like to ask. Us to answer. As it could be to me, it could be to another CO officer, it could be to an NCO. Any question you like about the game or about their personal life or whatever, any question at all. Nothing is out of bounds. So let's not get off on the R-rated side, but almost anything is not out of bounds. But let's have some fun with it and post, and we'll try and cover those. And your name will get mentioned in the TalonCast when we answer your question. So there's a reason to participate right then and there. Okay, so for this is Rocket Rob 99 for Agent 1022 and Tech Sarge. See you all next week.